Forgiveness is a journey. It is a process. And on the journey of forgiveness, we have to be sure that we are being careful to be graceful and gentle with ourselves during the process. Some days and sometimes you may regress. You know, it's an up and down, it's a back and forth, it's an ebb and flow. But the primary focus is that of your heart, is the posture of your heart and the intention of your heart. And if our heart's desire and if our true intention and our true desire is to be free, it's to be free from that yoke of anger and that yoke of pain and that bondage that forgiveness really and truly does bring. And if we also desire that others be free, that we set others free from the yoke that we have placed upon them. We don't want to put a yoke on anyone, and we don't want to hold a yoke on ourselves. So our desire in forgiveness is freedom, to be free. And so on that process and during that journey of forgiveness, there are many things that will happen. You will feel what you feel. And along the journey, as I said before, it is okay. Just show yourself grace. It's all right to feel how you feel. You know, there will be anger, there will be pain. As long as you're recognizing emotions, you're processing emotions, you're going through the emotional process and you're not allowing yourself to get stuck anywhere, just continue to move. And there'll come a place and a time on this journey where we find ourselves becoming free. We find ourselves not being held in bondage and such strict tension under the memory of it or the sight of the person, if they're still alive or still around. We're not as bothered. We're becoming free. And then we reach this point in the process where we realize that, you know, vengeance is not ours to give. It's not up to us to repay. We recognize that karma is real. What goes around comes around, that they will have to deal with whatever they put out. The energy that they put out will come back to them. And we come to that place where we recognize that, you know, they will receive what they will receive, that the Creator and the universe will deal with the energy that they put out, and whatever type of harm that they inflicted upon us in some way, shape, or form will be repaid, so to speak. We get to this place where we recognize, okay, the consequences of their actions will come to them, and it's not up to me to initiate those consequences. But there's a place beyond that. There's a place where you're not concerned about them getting their consequences. It's a place where you're not looking for them to get their consequences. It's a place where you're not constantly watching or trying to find or figure out if they've received their consequences. It's a place where if they're not around or alive anymore, to where you know or can see, or you know for sure they're not going to get the consequences because they're not alive, or you can't see whether or not they're receiving the consequences. And that may be bothering you at a point in the process, but we continue to move on this journey of forgiveness, and we get to a place of such total freedom that it doesn't matter about the consequences of the other person. It doesn't matter about the state of the other person. It doesn't matter if they got it back. It doesn't matter if they're sorry. It doesn't matter if they're not sorry. It doesn't matter anymore. And that's a place of true freedom that you will reach as long as you continue to strive and continue to grow and continue to have that desire. It's not even so much of a striving, because that's an effort, and you don't have to put forth this concentrated effort. You just have to have the desire and move with the flow of the universe with an open and pure heart and a pure desire and a pure intention, and the rest will take care of itself. But look for that place on your journey that you will reach, where finally it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter if they got it back or if they got theirs or not. We're not looking to see, have they experienced consequences? Are they suffering? It doesn't matter. We're not looking over into their yard anymore. We're free enough to enjoy our own. That's a beautiful place to be, and it is a place that you will reach. Namaste.